Honorable Vice Chancellor Dr. Upinder Dhar sir, Convener of the Anveshan Dr. Saurabh Jain sir, Co-Convener of the Anveshan Professor Anil Jain sir, Directors from various institutes, HOI, HOD, and faculty members, and dear students, I, Dr. Raksha Chauhan, extend a warm welcome to all of you in the National Science Exhibition Anveshan 2022. As this is the inaugural session, we would begin by taking blessings of Ma Saraswati. May I request our technical team to play Saraswati Vandana to pray Goddess Saraswati. Now, for virtual floral welcome, may I request Honorable Vice Chancellor Sir to give virtual floral welcome to our Chief Guest, Mr. Akhilesh Rateji. Welcome, sir. Moving on, may I request Convener of the Anveshan, Dr. Saurabh Jain sir, to introduce about Anveshan to the August gathering. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, madam. Respected Sri Akhilesh Rateji, President, Indore Management Association, and Chief Guest of this inaugural session. Respected Vice Chancellor, Dr. Upinder Dhar, Dr. Santosh Dhar, Dean, Faculty of Doctoral Studies and Research, Professor Anil Jain, Co-Convener of Anveshan, Head of Constituent Institutes of the University, Head of the Departments, Administrative Staff Members, Faculty Colleagues, Participants, and dear students. I welcome you all in this inaugural ceremony of Anveshan 2022. We at SEEE have been organizing Anveshan, a national science exhibition and competition for the school students, particularly for the students from 10th standard onwards, since last 7 years, to promote science and to encourage, popularize, and inculcate scientific temper among the students of our country. Anveshan as a national science exhibition provides a platform to the school students for showcasing their talent through model exhibition, idea presentation, poster making, and quiz competition. The themes for this year are slightly different from previous years. They are Corona Warriors, Digital India, Green India, and the last one is General Category. In the earlier years of Anveshan, a large number of students other than the participants have visited the university to observe the work done by other students, and the university students have also showcased their projects and models to give the visitor students more exposure towards technology and science. This year, due to the impact of COVID-19 situation, we are organizing it on virtual mode. This year, approximately 125 teams from 17 different schools across India are taking part in this national science exhibition. We are living in developing country and science has a very vital role to play in the development of any country or the world as a whole. The importance of science in our day-to-day life can never be underestimated. Science exhibitions are one of the easiest ways to enhance students' interest in science and technology. During the exhibition, the students can learn public speaking and it helps the students to overcome the fear of speaking in public. The kind of science exhibitions and competitions boost the confidence of the students and develop their interest and curiosity even further. Science is inexplicably linked with our life and helps us to understand the world around us better. Scientific and technological developments contribute to progress and help to improve our standards of life. It thus becomes imperative to encourage our school students to learn, think, solve problems, and make informed decisions. The university organizes this national science exhibition every year where children showcase their talents in science and its applications in different areas related with our everyday life. Anveshan also provides a platform to the students to work together in groups, giving them an opportunity to develop social and moral skills. Students, apart from scientific knowledge, learn to respect each other's views and thoughts, sharing experiences, cooperating with each other, managerial and leadership skills, and helps and carrying out the feelings of fellow members. I hope we will experience some new ideas and innovation in the next 2 days. Thank you. Over to you, madam.
Thank you very much, sir. Moving on, now may I invite the most dynamic and versatile personality of SVVV, Dr. Upinder Dhar sir, Honorable Vice Chancellor Shri Vaishnav Vidyapeeth Vishyavidhalaya, Indore, for welcome address. Over to you, sir.
Chief guest on this occasion, Shri Rajesh Rathiji, Coordinator Anveshan-2022, Dr. Saurabh Jain, all directors, Dr. Arvind Singh, Joint Registrar of the University, faculty colleagues, guests, and my dear young friends. We conceived of this program, that is Anveshan, 5-6 years back. I think first time we organized it in 2015 to create an opportunity for the school children so that they can display and showcase their achievements in terms of the models that they make, covering various disciplines of science. So mainly focus has been on what they have learned or what they learn in the disciplines like physics, chemistry, life sciences, environment science, and so on. And in last few years, we have seen many students present very innovative projects. Even we learn from such projects. In fact, if we see in US universities, project method is becoming very popular. Project method is considered to be quite effective in addition to the other methods. In project method, students are given a project and then they can utilize their understanding, use their understanding, apply their understanding in the field. Anveshan also was conceived with that idea that students get an opportunity to visit the university campus, answer the queries of the jury, and even many times we learn from the appropriate questions which are asked. Sometimes ideas are drawn from the questions which are addressed to the students. This Anveshan has been a very pleasant experience for all of us. Unfortunately, since last year, since 2020, students could not visit the campus, but like other activities, we have not stopped anything. Everything has been going on. So Anveshan has also been going on. So last year we had Anveshan online only. This year also, since pandemic is still there, so we are having it online. Point is, learning must go on. We cannot stop learning. Even if pandemic has come, this pandemic has taught us many lessons. But at the same time, technology has come to our rescue. And we remain connected to each other irrespective of the geographical distance because of this technology. And activities like Anveshan can also be very successfully and effectively be organized online. That's what we have learned. Had somebody suggested 3-4 years back that why don't you do this Anveshan online, perhaps we would not have taken that suggestion seriously. But pandemic has taught us that no, you can do it. Technology can be used in anything that you want to do, you can do it properly. So many skills we have developed, particularly during this pandemic. We were not exposed to those skills earlier. Like past experiences, I am sure that this year also we will have a very wide variety of projects. As Dr. Saurabh Jain mentioned that there are 125 teams. So they must be having some projects to display or some models to display, which our jury will assess. And then intention is not simply assessment. Intention is to learn from it, continuous learning. And I'm sure that that will happen, and all the participants will enjoy this experience. And as Dr. Saurabh Jain said, this is a platform of networking. Students can network because they are from different schools. So many of them may not be knowing each other personally. So they get an opportunity to know each other, and there can be networking can result into lifelong friendships. Students also get this opportunity to work in teams. So whatever models they are presenting or the projects they have been working on, normally these are project assignments. So not standing long between our chief guest, Mr. Akhilesh Rathi, and all the young participants, I wish happy learning to everybody. Thank you very much. You're mute. Raksha, you're mute. Yeah.
Thank you very much, sir. Atithi Devo Bhava. With these words and tradition of SVVV, it's my immense pleasure and honor for me to introduce our chief guest. Our distinguished guest, Shri Akhilesh Rathi ji, is President of Indore Management Association and Co-Chairman of MP Associated Chambers of Commerce and Industry of India. Sir is Managing Director of Savik Group and Director of Dainik Bhaskar Group. Sir operates business from multi-locations across the country. Sir is the distinction of serving various national and state bodies and at presently holds the responsibilities of Director, Co-Federation of Indian Textile Industry, New Delhi, Joint President, Federation of MP Chambers of Commerce and Industry, Bhopal, Director, Textile Sector Skill Council, New Delhi, Founder Management Committee Member and Treasurer, Denim Manufacturer Association of India, New Delhi, Chairman, the Madhya Pradesh Textile Mills Association, Indore. Apart from business, Sir is very closely involved in education and he is the mentor of Narsingoji Institute of Management Studies, Indore. Sir is also involved with various social and charitable institutions and trusts. On behalf of SVVV, I welcome you, respected Rathiji. We are honored to see you as chief guest of the function. May I request you to address the audience, please? Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Raksha, for that generous introduction. Good morning, everybody. Honorable Dr. Upinder Dhar, the Vice Chancellor of the Vaishnav University, Dr. Saurabh Jain, convener of the event, Dr. Anil Jain, co-convener, Honorable Directors of various colleges, Dr. Singh, and my young friends who are participating in 125 teams for this science event called Anveshan. I was just going through when I got this invitation from Dr. Dhar, who also happens to be my teacher, and it's indeed, sir, it's an honor and privilege both to have an opportunity to interact with you, because we had great learnings with you in the early 90s, late 80s, and it was an absolute delight to have studied in your guidance. So that's an additional privilege for me this morning. And once again, thank you for inviting me for this. Any short notice invite, it is my standard practice to decline, because I don't want to disturb my structure. But when it comes from somebody like Dharsab, I have absolutely no option and no choice to even think of a alternative answer than to just say yes. So, as you will all go on, my dear friends, young friends in your life, more and more you will realize the importance and realize the value you will have for each one of your teachers, each one of your director, each one of your vice chancellor, because today you may not really be able to connect with a lot of things which they say, but when you grow up in life, when you really learn, when you have some larger responsibilities, that time, smaller things said by them have a lot of value, have a lot of contribution to your development, to your performance, to your well-being in life, not only in professional side, but also a lot on personal side, because some of the other teachers or, whether it is in school or college, they have great personal connectivity with you, at least maybe one or two of them, and you will always connect with their thought process in time to come. So here I am. In fact, I must also thank the university for looking at creating this opportunity for the school students, because when it comes from the top, from the university to the college, and the college team is involved in organizing an event like Anveshan, so the quality of involvement, contribution, belongingness, or the concepts is far superior than from a school level operating team. Before I go formally into this, I would like to share one fact about my own working or my own life. When we do projects like Anveshan, we also used to have in our school the science exhibitions, and we used to participate. I was a science student till my high school, and then I could not qualify into a good engineering college, so I opted for the commerce stream, and then I got into finance and that side stream. Now today I run an organization where we have about 3,000 people, and it is into technology of manufacturing. We have all mechanical, electrical, electronics, chemical, thermal, and most of the part of engineering, of course digital and computers also. Now what I learned in my school, in my high school, in the science faculty, whether it is physics, chemistry, maths, all that, each one of it, I'm telling you, each one of it is applicable today in all the manufacturing processes that we run. Many of the people who work with me have an impression that I am a qualified engineer. which I am not. I can say only two things, that whatever we have learned in school, it is of immense benefit to me even today. And my entire understanding of science is what I learned in the school, because after that I have not studied science. Second part, that in events like this, which Anveshan, it is the seventh consecutive year of organizing such an event. Now, when such thing used to happen in our school, I also used to, apart from working on my projects or my team projects, I also used to peep in the projects of others and try to understand the nuances of each of their projects as to, what is the micro point, what is the learning. And I had general interest in engineering. So my pickup on each of those projects that day is helping me in many ways today. If somebody is explaining me generator or boiler or chemistry or mechanical, my understanding is, if not at par, I would say almost at par with an engineer. So my friends, I would request you to please make best of these opportunities. These are not just formalities, or these are not just qualifying marks. These are the benchmark, these are the foundation on which you will build your career, whether you are an engineer or you are not an engineer. Right. So I must express my thanks and my gratitude to the college and university for giving such an opportunity, because this will make you employable, this will make you enabled. Because today the biggest challenge that we see in industry is the boys and girls coming from, I am not saying Vaishnava, but from general engineering colleges. You will be surprised that even if we ask those boys, there are lots of hundreds of engineering colleges near our factories. A lot of people keep pushing that, please take these boys and girls as engineers, and they are MTech and BTech. We ask 3 questions, and we are sure that most of them will fail on all the 3 questions. My time allotted is 10 minutes, but I'll take maybe a couple of minutes more. But I want you to understand what is the importance of learning in these kind of things. My HR team's first question is, how many centimeters in a meter? They fail. How many inches in a feet? They are bound to fail in the second question as well. And how many centimeters in an inch? These 3 questions disqualify those BTech and MTechs for a job here. And then, since they are recommended by somebody, we hire them on a salary of 7,000 and 8,000 rupees, and they work as a clerk in the company, right? And you see, a worker here earns 15,000 rupees, who has the skill, who has the hand skill. So what these people are doing is, they are just creating unemployable graduates, just having names. You are fortunate, you are working, you are studying in such a noble organization, quality school, quality colleges. So you have much greater opportunities. But let me share with you, all the fundamentals, all the basics that you learned here will be of immense help to you in time to come. So please take very, very seriously all such events. That was my sharing from my heart, now a little bit from my brain. I'm told that you are learning through models, ideas, posters, and quiz. Now, when you create a model of something, it creates a picture in your mind as to, from the start to the end, how does it work. I have learned a lot of things through these models, that how a power plant works. There is you put the fuel, there is a boiler, it generates steam, the steam drives the turbine drives the generator, and generator generates the power. Now, these 4 things in a model gives you an understanding, and when you really go and see a power plant of 1200 megawatt, which is an investment of close to 7,000 crores, you again see it in 4 parts. Okay, this is the boiler, this is the coal, this is steam, this is moving the turbine, and the turbine is moving the generator, and the generator is converting mechanical power into electrical power, and the power goes to the grid. Now, a smallest model to the largest project, the principle remains the same. Therefore, kindly focus strongly on these models. They are extremely important to absorb and keep in your mind for your long-term good. I'm told your themes are Corona Warriors, Digital India, Green India, and General Category. Of course, Corona Warriors is very important. We all read about it a lot, and I'm sure you must have made a lot of social projects on that. I would like to touch upon 2 things which are very close to my heart. But one is Green India, the green world, and second is the Digital India, of course, digitization. I'll just share my few thoughts on that. I'm told there are projects on road safety, there are smart city, photo projectors, science robo, and many more. The plus point of this, as highlighted by Dr. Dharsa, is that when you work with students from other schools, from other classes, from other sections, you definitely get advantage of networking, team building, and you also learn to manage conflicts. So this science exhibition is just not learning about the principles of science, but also learning about the concept of interpersonal management, the team building, and the growing through the teams, because these are extremely, extremely important, I would say, faculties in a person as an individual to grow. So kindly make the best use of this opportunity. Now, when we talk of green initiative, the Green India Anveshan, this is a subject which is very, very close to my heart. If I say that, till 5 years back, green was more a social point, right? It was more a social objective. It was more considered as, good for the next generation. And we used to hear about carbon credit, that it will become tradable, it will become future. Everybody heard it, but some people believed in it and they converted it to an opportunity. I'll give you an example that how social initiatives, which today we are talking of greenhouse gas, we are talking emission, we are talking of water quality, air quality index, how these are converting into bigger opportunities, how they are converting into businesses. Indore based, there is a company called EKI Energy, if you have heard of it, EKI Energy. It is into carbon footprint. Now, just to give you two examples, this company listed on a stock market couple of, I think, about a year plus back. In last year, the share price was 100 rupees. In 1 year, the share price is multiplied 100 times and it's become 10,000 rupees. So there is a return of 100x to somebody who is invested in this. Now, what does this company do? It is into the trading of carbon credits, right? Now, you will say that the share price may not be reflection of a true earning, because a lot of companies which don't make any profit and share prices are multiplying. Just to share with you, this company made a profit of 1 year back in a quarter, 16 crores. And last quarter, the company made a profit of 166 crores, almost more than 10 times. And this is real profit. This is not valuation. This is not anything futuristic. This is yesterday realized as a cash register on which they are paying the taxes. This is the kind of opportunity, huge opportunity that exists for creating in the area of green energy, right? If you have heard, if you keep reading newspaper, which children stop reading these days, young people feel that there is nothing much in newspaper, we're getting everything digital. There is a news on Indore Municipal Corporation, which says that it is converting its boilers, the digesters, biodigesters, onto gas. So the onto gas means what? That they will be using the waste from the city, digesting it, converting into methane, and from methane they will run the boilers for digesting the waste. There is another example which you must have heard of, which is very close to my heart, is what Mr. Nitin Gadkari is doing in the city of Nagpur, or what he has suggested to the city of Mathura. In Nagpur, they are collecting the entire wastewater, entire waste, converting into into biomethane, and they are already started running buses on biomethane in the city of Nagpur, and it will save more than 50 crore rupees per year. Of course, apart from the advantage to the environment and the greens in the city of Nagpur. So there is a huge opportunity on that. City of Mathura generates wastewater, and that wastewater after treatment was being dropped into Yamuna, and it was polluting Yamuna. Mr. Nitin Gadkari came out with an idea that the water is further clean and it is sold to the Indian Oil Corporation, because for the refining of petroleum products, they require large quantity of water. So they are using the wastewater from Mathura, and the Municipal Corporation of Mathura, I think, gets some 25-50 crores per year for that wastewater. So these kind of things can create opportunity of wealth. The water existed yesterday, the pollution existed yesterday, the bad water problem existed yesterday, and the Indian oil water requirement existed yesterday. And the idea of one or two people who create an opportunity from waste to wealth. So that is what is the size of opportunity in the green. There are many examples. Godrej and Boyce, they are very good on green. Their entire energy is green energy. course, many of the companies are doing that, putting up. Just for example, how this awareness results into a better working strategy. Hindustan Lever was buying palm oil for various cosmetics from Malaysia. Now in Malaysia, when you have, because when you grow palm, there is a lot of greenhouse gas generation, there is water usage, and there is a waste generation in the growing of plant, palm oil, palm kernels. So when they became aware, so they gave business to those companies which had, so they had cut down carbon emission by 22%, water usage by 29%, and wastage by 77%. So when a buyer is aware and he demands that I want a greener product, then the people on the ground, the plantation growers, they also became aware and change their work practices to deliver a greener product. Kirloskar brothers, they have high energy pumps, energy efficient pumps, because pumping water is a major driver of energy. Now people are doing this green thing in very different ways. One example is how ITC has done. You must have seen in Madhya Pradesh ITC Chaupal. Now how ITC Chaupal can contribute to a green thing. See, today if we are bringing something to one mandi and then we are taking money and going to another city and buying certain things there and going back to our village, the farmer is incurring cost on diesel and also generating a lot of, I would say, smoke and a lot of gases, carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide, which is hazardous. What ITC has done, they have created an ITC Chaupal. So at one location, the farmer brings the crop, takes the money and does all the shopping there itself. So they have reduced greenhouse gases, carbon emission in their way in this kind of business model. So everybody is doing differently. So there are huge opportunities. In digital, like Aadhaar enabled payment system, DigiLocker, My Government, eMap. So if you see, there are, and these things did not exist yesterday. Today, if you want to take a loan, there are a lot of fintech companies. You go on your mobile, and if your credit score is good, if your track record is good, you can get a loan of 5 lakhs or 1 lakh, and maybe not at 8, 9, 10%, maybe at 12, 13, 14%. These kind of things were not available yesterday. So people were borrowing at maybe 24 and 36% in the rural area. But if somebody has some income and if he wants to take a loan, all these digital things are helping. So whenever you are looking at creating opportunities in the digital world, fintech is going to be the #1 thing. People said that these countries which are generating oil, the OPEC countries, they will rule the world for next 100 years. Right? And some economists said, I think about 30, 40, 20, 30 years back, that these companies which are flush with funds today and they are lending to the world and they are invested in the world, they will one day become the borrower from the world. They will one day become a third world countries. When somebody said this 30 years back, nobody believed that this is going to happen. But if you see today, the direction of the oil economies is on that path. Now, smarter economies, 4, 5, 6 countries, they have diversified, they have created alternative opportunities, they have created tourism, business, duty-free accesses, and they have done a lot of things to create opportunity. So those kind of countries who are creating alternative opportunities will survive, because eventually this greenhouse effect will be taken over by electric energy, solar, wind, more and more wind. See, if you see the past, solar energy, not much research was done in solar, and the cost of solar energy 5 years back or 7 years back was about 16 rupees a unit. Today, and the investment was about 7-8 crore rupees per megawatt of installed capacity. The efficiency was low because only in this part of the world there is more solar footprint. So the West had cold weather, less solar, so they did not do much research in that. Now the demand is more on this side. A lot of research has gone into. Today, the cost of solar installation per megawatt has come down to about 3 crore rupees. And the energy efficiency panels are increasing the absorption of electricity, absorption of sun energy. Every year, some small percentage is going up because the research has started happening only this time. Government gave incentive to people 10 years back to buy energy at 15 rupees a unit. Today, people are competing to sell energy from solar to the government or to the private sector at 2.5, 3 rupees a unit. So there is a substantial change happening in each direction. Please observe the change around you, because what is our objective? Our objective is to become a purpose to establish a more successful story, right? A story that drives you to your mission to create an actionable plan, right? The plan makes you a real doer. The plan makes you a real doer and drives you to the desired result. You have not to worry if the results are not visible in short term. As the road to Anveshan may be long and may need few different routes, maybe you have to take different twists and turns to make the required impact. Please make best use of it, and I wish you all the best. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir, for your inspiring and wisdom words. I am very much sure that students are going to follow your motivational words and directions towards becoming versatile engineers. Moving further, may I request to Professor Anil Jain, co-convener Anveshan, to propose vote of thanks. Over to you, sir.
Okay. Honorable dignitaries, distinguished guests, Honorable Vice Chancellor, sir, and dear participants, on behalf of Shri Vaishnav Vidyapeeth Vishwavidyalaya, its entire fraternity and the organizing committee, I feel immense pleasure to take this opportunity to propose the words of thanks. First of all, I would like to express my heartfelt thanks to our eminent chief guest, Mr. Akhilesh Rathi, President, Indore Management Association. Thank you, sir, for accepting our invitation and sparing the time from your busy schedule to grace the event Anveshan-2021. Your presence is a great source of vigor behind all the innovative practices adopted in our university. Thank you, sir, for your unflattering support, guidance, and confidence in us. I would also like to take this opportunity to welcome the thanks all the distinguished judges, Mr. Ravindra Sharma, Director, Autosys Indore, Mr. Priyank Sunhere, Lecturer, Government Polytechnic College, Devas, Ms. Rakhi Gupta, Expert Faculty of Fine Arts, Pidilite Industries Limited, Dr. Namit Gupta, Director, Shri Vaishnav Institute of Technology and Science, Dr. Ashutosh Shukla, Professor, Shri Vaishnav Institute of Science and Architecture, Vishal Iyadi, Professor, Shri Vaishnav Institute of Architecture, Indore, who graciously accepted our invitation to place the event. My deep sense of appreciation and thanks to all the participants who actively participated in various events. We have been fortunate enough to have a team of motivated and dedicated colleagues and students as a committee members. I thank everyone for the involvement, and they have shown the willingness enough expressed in the completion of tasks beyond their compulsion. Last but not least, I would like to thank our informed audience whose participation and involvement have made our event complete. Once again, I thank you all for being with us today's morning. Have a wonderful day ahead. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you very much, sir. Audience is requested to please rise for national anthem. May I request to technical team to play national anthem.
जन गण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा चञ्चल जलधितरङ्गा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मागे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
At the end, I again express gratitude to our honorable guests to grace the occasion and for sparing precious time with us. Thanks to respected VC sir and all the dignitaries. Thanks to team member, technical team and dear student volunteers for their hard work. Have a great day ahead.
Thank you very much, Akhilesh ji. Thank you. Namaskar.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.